Hi, I'm Danny Marshall. We are here live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I am your host. And we are going to talk about who else? Cincinnati Bengals. Um, Cincinnati Bengals are going to draft Joe Burrow in the first round. He's going to be the first overall pick. He's not going to sit out. He's not going to say, I do not want to play for the Cincinnati Bengals. And Mike Brown is not going to trade up to get 3 picks. It's not going to happen. Andy Dalton's been there 9 seasons. Um, where he goes, I'm not sure, but I'm sure they're going to work something out with Dalton to where he's comfortable and do what's best for Andy Dalton. Um, it's time for a change. We got a new coach, we got new coaching staff on offense, defense, special teams, and bringing in somebody like Joe Burrow, that's a Heisman Trophy winner. He brings a lot to the table. He brings that missing piece to the puzzle that we need. Um, he's going to bring so much to the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going to finally win, and we are going to finally win a playoff game with Joe Burrow as quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. Our playoff drought will end. Not going to say the first season opener. Not going to say that, but I will say we will win some games. Um, it's Anything's possible. We could make the playoffs, get knocked out, but at least we would win a playoff game. But I don't see no more than 1 year with Joe Burrow behind the helm coming in and running this team. All I hope is Cincinnati treats Joe Burrow well. I hope they have a good scheme for Joe Burrow and build around Joe Burrow because he is NFL ready, NFL talent. And it would be so sad for them to throw him under the bus in Cincinnati. But it's going to take good strength coaches. It's going to take good offensive coaches, with Zach Taylor being a quarterback coach and is the coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. He can also step in, and give some advice to Joe Burrow. Our offensive line, we'll have Jonah Williams back. We let Cordy Glenn go. We're going to have the Alabama guy come in that was drafted #1 overall last year. He is healthy. He's 100%. He's ready to start the season. Offensive weapons, Joe Mixon, Tyler Boyd, Tyler Eifert, John Ross, Autumn Tate, Mixon in the backfield. He can not only run it as a running back, but he can also split wide, be a wide receiver, because he's versatile. He's a complete back. And what I mean by complete back, he can do it all. And you got to remember, last year Joe Mixon led the league, even though they only won 2 games, and he still led the league. So that says something that they do have a lot of power on that offensive side. With Joe Burrow being there, he's going to have weapons to throw the ball to. He's not just going to be, one guy I forgot to mention, and that is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. How did I somehow forget that? AJ Jeremiah Green. He is phenomenal. He is a great wide receiver. He's a 7-time Pro Bowler. He only missed 1 Pro Bowl. He's just a weapon to throw to. It's going to be a pleasure. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be like a circus in Cincinnati because Joe Burrow's going to have him to throw to. Eifert, all those guys, double team Green if you want. He's good. He's going to get his catches. I'm sorry to put it that way, but the facts are the facts. He's going to get his catches. Plus the other weapons that we do have that I mentioned. John Ross, the one guy that we got first overall from Washington, ran a 4.22. Guy is got speed, man. He's like, I'd give him the nickname the Dodge Demon. I mean, he's goes to 0 to 100 in like 5 seconds. He's phenomenal. I can see him coming into a new year just breaking it wide open. I mean, he's very quick at getting off. We all know he's quick. But it's just utilizing him the right way, putting him in positions to where he can make the catches and run for the tough yards. Because we all know once he gets loose, there's no catching him. He's just one of those Cincinnati Bengal Tigers you ain't catching once you miss that tackle. It's a foot race, and there's nobody in this league that can run with John Ross. So I'm sure Cincinnati will come up with some sort of scheme that works the benefit of Joe Burrow, where Joe Burrow can come in and say, okay, I know this offense, and he's going to do what he did at LSU, as long as he's coached well and has that bond as a quarterback. And a quarterback is the main piece. That's why I say he's a big piece of the puzzle. And the reason I say that is because a quarterback is so important, because they are the ones making the calls. Yeah, the call's coming in from the sideline, but if that call, the play calls, hey, throw it to AJ Green may not be open on that route. So there's a second option, third option, sometimes even a fourth option. And Joe Burrow, being Joe Burrow, would have to look down the field and make sure that he has a clear shot. And what I like about him too is he's not going to force anything. Yeah, he's going to throw some picks. Everybody does. But he's not going to be a quarterback to throw picks. He's going to put the ball to where the receiver can only get it. Just like he did at LSU. All those passes to Jefferson and Chase and Moss. I mean, come on. He was just putting the ball right on him. And it's like he even stated it up when he said, hey, I just throw the ball out there. I know they're not looking back. I'm just throwing the bomb. And, hey, it's in the basket. And that is what you call a great quarterback. Joe Burrow can be a great quarterback in the NFL. Like I said, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to say we have a good opportunity to actually bring Super Bowls, the Lombardi Trophy, to Cincinnati, Ohio, with Joe Burrow as quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. I believe that with everything that I got. I believe it with all of my heart, that Joe Burrow is enough for us to get over that hump, win a playoff game, previous year, Super Bowl, get another run, go to the Super Bowl. It is tough to get there. It's tough to get to the playoffs. But with Joe Burrow, we could bring Super Bowls. And I mean, when I say Super Bowls, I mean more than one. With Joe Burrow, hey, and it would be so nice. You realize what revenue that would bring to Queen City, what they like to call it, Queen City. To bring that to Cincinnati, Ohio, would be like phenomenal. And then to top it off, they get that Super Bowl stuff going, building up. They could even host a Super Bowl. Be the first ever. Have a Super Bowl in Cincinnati, Ohio. That would be pretty cool. That would bring a lot of money also. You're talking, I know Super Bowls, Miami, and, you got the New Orleans Saints. Atlanta, places like that's hosted Super Bowls. But I think hosting a Super Bowl in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now I'm not really sure if they can because it's open. I'm not sure if they could do that because it could be snowing, and we all know it can snow in January, and all the way up into April actually. But enough said. I got the man's jersey on. This dude right here is beast mode all the way. He gets the job done. He knows what he's doing as a quarterback. He's not stupid. He's far from it. Joe Burrow is going to do a lot for the Cincinnati Bengals. Mark my word. We're going to win Super Bowls. Like I said, I'm not saying I didn't say Super Bowl. I said Super Bowls, meaning more than one. Cincinnati is going to be reckoned with. We're going to be number one. Our playoff drought is done. This is a whole different team now. We got new coaching all throughout. We've had coaches over coaches over coaches. Just couldn't get it done. We had Marvin Lewis for 16 years. Not to knock Marvin Lewis. He had dealt with the cards that he had. And he did what he could. He did take us to, 5 playoff games in a row. Best year was 2015. Dalton ended up getting injured. AJ Green was injured. And everybody's like, hey, if those two guys weren't out, we could have won our first playoff game. Probably even went all the way to the friggin' Super Bowl. Who knows? But what I do know is Joe Burrow's going to bring a positive vibe to Cincinnati. People's going to want to come to the stadium, want to spend money, want to leave to go grab a beer or whatever. And they may not even do that. It may be so, he may light it up and they're like, oh wow, you guys are going to have to bring my beer to me because when I get up, I come back and he's putting up another touchdown. I didn't get to see it. But he's going to win games. We got somebody that's actually complete. He's 100%. And he only can get better from here on out. I don't believe that Cincinnati's going to throw him under the bus and drive it. I do not believe that. I do believe the Cincinnati Bengals, Mike Brown being the owner, general manager, and owner, that he knows what he's got in Joe Burrow. He's not going to trade the pick. He knows what he's got. He knows Andy Dalton's done with. Andy Dalton, you were great. You did great things for Cincinnati. I applaud you. You did great things for children with the Children's Hospital. Kids that have to go through tough diseases. You really stepped up, and you're cool. You're a hero in my book. It takes a man to do what you did, and I applaud you. You're a great quarterback, great guy.